To begin with, I'm going to give a very, very clear and sincere and serious trigger warning. This is an extremely harrowing case, and I'm going to read through the whole article. It's a Daily Mail article. There is a link in the description, so if you prefer to read through that, then of course you're welcome to. It is extremely harrowing, and there's a lot of detail in the article. Again, I'm going to read through it all, and it's going to be, shocking to some of you. It's going to be disturbing. It is in regards to a current case, a current court case. So we do not know that the two alleged culprits are guilty. We do not know that. However, there's a lot of details in this article, and I guess we can make our own judgments as to whether or not we feel the two, I can't think of the word, but the two that are being prosecuted for the death and murder of a 16-month-old child, we can come to our own conclusions as to whether or not we feel that they're guilty, and of course we can continue to follow the court case as it transpires. So as I say, I'm going to read through it all, and once more, trigger warning, you may well find this extremely upsetting. A mother, 20 years of age, has been accused of murdering her 16-month-old daughter, and described the child as evil in a text message to her female lover, who's 28 years of age. The mother also searched online, multiple searches, including "How long can you sit in the cold? The court hears." So we're going to go through things in full detail. This is the one image that we have of the girl concerned, Star Hobson, and she died in September 2020, last year. So the article tells us a mother on trial for murdering her 16-month-old daughter with her girlfriend described her as evil in a text after the child put lipstick on her face and filmed the toddler having accidents with facial injuries and falling asleep in her food, a court heard today. Toddler Star Hobson died from catastrophic injuries to her abdomen caused by heavy punches or kicks, which could only have been inflicted by mother Frankie Smith, 20 years of age, or her pub bouncer girlfriend Savannah Brockhill, who deny murder. Okay, so there are pictures here. This is the mother, 20-year-old Frankie Smith, and this is the girlfriend, the female lover, Savannah Brockhill, 28 years of age. She's a security guard. And we're going to hear some more harrowing details about the both of them. Okay, so a jury was shown a series of harrowing videos filmed by the two defendants on their mobile phones on the weeks and months leading up to the death of Star on September 22nd, 2020, in Keighley, West Yorkshire, United Kingdom, England. Bradford Crown Court was played an audio recording of an argument between the defendants in which Smith, the 20-year-old mother, tells Brockhill, the girlfriend, "I'll murder you. I'll do time for you. I would kill you." The jury heard Google searches had been made, which included "How long can your body last without sleep?" "What takes bruising and swelling down?" "Bending fingers back." "How can you drown?" "How long can you sit in the cold?" Both defendants videoed an exhausted Star nodding off on a green chair. On a number of occasions, she almost topples off onto the floor. The toddler eventually does tumble to the floor, pulling the plastic chair on top of herself. Neither woman went to comfort Star. Instead, Brockhill, the 28-year-old girlfriend, edited the slow-mo footage putting dramatic music behind it, and sent it to a friend with the message "fucked it," followed by 3 crying with laughter emojis. So the girlfriend was making fun of the toddler being exhausted to the point of collapse. Other videos were viewed by the jury showed Star with a badly bruised and swollen right cheek, marks to her forehead and ear, and also footage of Star crawling up the communal flight of stairs to Smith's flat in Keighley. Brockhill, the girlfriend, videoed the toddler's painful climb, in which the child can easily be seen to be protecting her broken right shin. Brockhill made no attempt to help or comfort Star, who cries in pain at points, and when the child gets to the flat, she is greeted by Mum, who, rather than give the tearful Star a cuddle, forces her to walk. Another video shows an exhausted Star eating her food and trying not to fall asleep. Eventually, her head falls into the bowl. No adult goes to comfort her, they just keep filming. On another occasion, Star got into Smith's makeup and found her lipstick, which she got on her face. Smith, the mother, texted Brockhill, "Look how evil." Brockhill replied, "Put her in the corner." Brockhill and Smith, both in Keighley, West Yorkshire, England, deny murder, both of them deny murder, and also causing or allowing Star's death. The trial continues. Earlier this week, the court heard that Star also suffered a split to the liver, a tear of the fatty attachments of the bowel, and bruising to the lower part of the lungs and the pancreas. Prosecutor Alastair MacDonald said the injuries had been caused by a severe and forceful blow or blows, either in the form of punching, stamping, or kicking to the abdomen. The court also heard that Smith and Brockhill waited 15 minutes after the incident where Star was injured before calling 999, 999 being emergency services. Brockhill, the partner, the girlfriend, and Smith, the mother, both deny murder and causing or allowing Star's death. The jury was shown video footage of Star being shouted at in her home, which Mr. MacDonald said, Mr. MacDonald being the prosecutor, said showed that there was also a degree of cruelty and psychological harm inflicted on the youngster in the weeks and months before she died, as well as physical assaults. In one clip, an upset Star is seen being roughly handled by Frankie Smith, the mother, and a sustained attempt made to make her stand in the corner. The court also heard of a slam choke that Brockhill, the girlfriend, the partner, used on Star, which involved her being picked up off her feet and held by the neck and thrown onto the bed. I'll repeat that. The court also heard of a slam choke that Brockhill used on Star, which involved her being picked up off her feet and held by the neck and thrown onto the bed. Opening the prosecution case, Mr. MacDonald said paramedics were called to a flat and discovered the body of an apparently lifeless, pale baby wearing only a disposable nappy. He said the little girl was taken to Airedale General Hospital, but the reality is that the injury suffered by Star was so catastrophic that there was never any real chance of saving her life. The prosecutor noted that internet searches at the flat for shock in babies and how to bring a baby out of shock showed that there was a gap of 15 minutes between the incident in which Star received her injuries and the 999 emergency services call. Mr. MacDonald said that Smith and Brockhill were the only adults in the flat at the time, although 2 other young children were present. It is inconceivable that any carer would wait 15 minutes to call for professional help when their 16-month-old child was showing symptoms of a medical catastrophe. Any innocent carer would have been on the phone within seconds, not 15 minutes. The prosecutor said Starr's injuries were of an utterly catastrophic nature and unsurvivable. The prosecutor, Mr. McDonald, told the jury, "It will be the prosecution case that it is nothing short of absurd to suggest that these injuries were caused by another child. As you will hear, the pathologist will say, the degree of force applied was so great to cause the injuries that it is quite impossible for the doctors to envisage that it could have been inflicted by a child." The prosecutor outlined how investigations of Starr's body showed evidence of injuries, which meant that in the course of her short life, Starr had suffered a number of significant injuries at different times. The prosecutor said the injuries that caused her death involved extensive damage to her abdominal cavity caused by a severe and forceful blow or blows, either in the form of punching, stamping, or kicking to the abdomen. The prosecutor also said that there had been 2 fractures to Starr's right leg caused by forceful twisting, which had been refractured as they healed. He also described a fracture to the back of the skull and bruising to Starr, much of which is considered to be non-accidental in origin. The prosecutor said it is also the case that social services who were aware of Starr's case were kept away from Starr, as were many of her family in the last period of her life. The prosecutor told jurors that they will hear from a number of relatives and friends who will describe concerns they had over bruises they saw on Starr, which in some instances they filmed. The prosecutor showed video footage of Starr in the flat, which showed she had been shouted at to stand and face a wall as she sobbed. The prosecutor said that there's no hint of love of that child. You would not be human if you did not, in those circumstances, feel strong and powerful emotions. Okay. The prosecutor said one witness recalled an incident when the toddler accidentally bit her as she helped her eat her food when she was in a car with the defendants. The prosecutor said Brockhill asked Smith what she was going to do about it, whereupon the mother, Frankie Smith, bit Starr's finger, which caused Starr to cry. So that's the full article. Again, links in the description. Obviously, it's a terrible, terrible situation. Again, it's an ongoing trial. We're not the guys that are going to determine whether or not the accused, both of the accused, are jailed. I mean, based on what we've read, it's just been from the prosecutor's point of view. But I mean, how it couldn't be any more damning, could it? It couldn't be any more damning, in my interpretation, for whatever that's worth, my speculation. It couldn't be any more damning. So we hope that justice prevails. We hope that Starr Hobson gets justice. I mean, is that possible? I don't know if that is possible, if you believe that to be possible. I don't really know what to say at this point. You know, if you are religious, say a prayer for Starr Hobson and the extended family and for the community in Keighley, West Yorkshire. And, you know, if these two are guilty, if these two are guilty, then I, for one, would wish in eternal damnation for them. I hope that they rot in hell for the rest of eternity. if they are guilty.